going live 2 different places if anybody's interested to, I don't know. So it's a combination of things. So while I'm doing my live, I'm also going to be doing my little Poshmark origami pieces, because this is what I generally do for Poshmark when I wrap my pieces for Poshmark. I always have to have like a little gift that I put in there, because it's respectful. When you're dealing with clients, it's always important to have something for them to appreciate, right? Besides just the item. Okay. I'm gonna put some background music on now. So I generally just put my music on because, yeah, that's basically it. But I'm here to talk about something more than just entertainment, because my channel is not technically, I mean, it's partly entertainment because education is part of entertainment, but it's not really like, it's not a complete entertainment channel, right? This channel is for educational values, and since I traveled and lived in different countries, I didn't just travel to visit, I lived in different countries, I find it is important to understand that this channel is not just one thing, but lots of different things, right? That's like it's lots of different things. I wonder if I can zoom out. No, I cannot zoom out. Thought I could zoom out, but that is not the case. Okay. Zooming out does not exist on here, evidently. So I'm on here. I'm going to just play my music in the background. I do produce music, but I haven't done it lately because I have to remind people, if you're a musician and you're trying to like make ends meet out of producing music, I've been in this game for years, and I can tell you something right now, unless you're the top of the food chain in the music industry, it's barely a survivable income, unless you're teaching music. Teaching music is part of understanding music education, is how you generate money in the music. If you're going to be doing music, it's highly possible, it's highly important to remember that the education is what generates the money. It's not necessarily the music that you're actually like producing for the album or a track, because if you want to be realistic, I mean, this is just my music. I don't produce music with AI, but coming from somebody who's experienced working with music on a production level and having students and dealing with like a larger picture, I just know that the music that you produce for things like Spotify or whatever else that you have in mind is not going to generate the money, folks. Like, if you want to be realistic, I will give you ways to generate money as an artist and a creative. It is not, I don't make money doing this. I usually make money teaching the music. That is what I do, because I studied it. So I think there are a lot of misconceptions about the music industry that people are not aware of. It's great and all when you have a track and it's like 10,000 to 20,000 shares or likes or whatever, but you're still gonna make like maybe $2 off that one track for a certain amount of plays. It's not realistic. That's basically the point. You want to survive. I'm like a business. I talk about the business between the arts and the business professional lifestyle, because I come from a background where I worked in the embassy, past tense, worked. When I was 17 years old, I was working in the US Embassy. I was working in Japan for the US Embassy, and after my graduation from the United States, from the Corcoran, I was back in South Africa, working in the visa department for the US Embassy. So I don't just understand being creative, but I understand behind the scene of how the office works too. So my channel is to bridge that gap, because I think a lot of people assume that being creative is the only way to make it happen. But I think as a creative person, and I understand the barrier, is that you're trying to be creative and you're trying to explore ideas and you're trying to build up on. And let me tell you something right now. Social media it's there, but it's not going to build you as an individual. You want to build yourself up. I have years and years of experience in music and art and qualifications up to wazoo, and it's not. I lived a life without social media before, so social media should just be a bridge to open those doors. I don't see it as the final end game, right? I think a lot of people think that social media is like the final, oh my god, we're gonna go viral, and it's good. I've done the viral thing. I can tell you something now, right now. When I did the viral thing on Flip, and I had 40,000 views, and I got $75. $75 for 45,000 views. I was like, that's it? And you have to remember that that's just one viral video. So you have to keep on pushing lots of viral videos just to make $200 or $300. I'm sorry guys, but that's not how business works. You want to make money doing other things. For me, I also, on the same day that I got that 45,000 view video on Flip, and I have a video showing like the prices and what actually happened there. It was cool, but the end result was not cool. I was not happy with the final result. Not necessarily the financial side, but the whole, people were very, like, I did nothing. All I did was just promote something that I was asked to promote from Flip. And it was just like a what is it, Dubai chocolate or something. I think I still have a clip of the video. And then in the background I had like an AI image that people were not doing before. So that was like the difference, right? But I found the same day that I did that, I sold one item on Poshmark. Poshmark! $300 for one item. Done. Deal. I was like, well, Poshmark is my backing, because you cannot survive off of viral, guys. I've been there. It doesn't work. It doesn't fulfill your life. You need to have more fulfillment. That's just how I see it. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry, my eyesight's not, I have two screens. One of them I'm having a, can you, I think you said Anna. Can you say, yes, I can say hello, Anna. How are you? Yeah, so it's, my channel is not just an entertainment channel, okay? I might have, like, young stuff, like these little things, but as an artist, I like to collect things. I also create art. I sew as well, so eventually I would actually come up with my own little toy. Maybe? I can design it, that's easy enough to do. But creating a sample would be something else I would look at. So I wanted to go into, I'm gonna do my cranes now, but I wanna explain to people that life is not about just going viral. Life is about building a structure behind your personal identity. And if you're younger than me, which most likely is the case, I am 46 years old. 46. I have had years of experience working in many, many different jobs. I don't know how many jobs I've done so far, but I know I started working at the age of 15. 15. Okay, so with that experience, knowing full well what social media is and isn't, it's important to understand you need to have a grounding. To survive in this world, you need to have a grounding. Okay, and for the people who I have, hold on a second, let me go into my website. I built my website. Okay. Let me go into my website quickly. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna move these are downloadable products. Okay, I have two books, one for beginner readers, okay. This one, you can probably see it better on the landscape. My landscape, you can actually see it. Okay. So, what you're seeing in the background is my own personal website. You can zoom in and zoom out of your phone if you have a smartphone, and you can see the screen, okay? And one of them, this one is actually, yeah, these are samples of them, okay? So this is an educational book. These are for beginner readers. They're for beginner readers, they're for animal lovers, okay? So this I have available. This is of a bunny that we had. This is a real life situation. The bunny that we had, past tense, the bunny that we had, past tense, has passed away. But for memory's sake, I thought it was important to write a book about her and of our cats who actually found her. So the story is based off of that storyline, okay? And you can find the story. If you love animals, then this is a fun little book, okay? My channel is not just for pets. I do creative things with projects and storylines with animals, but it's not directly based off of pets, okay? And this is the second one. This one I written a long time ago. You can find both of them on my site, which you can see below the channel. Coco the Silver Somali. A Somali is a cat. Okay. I mean, you have Somalians who are like a cultural community, society, but Somali is also recognized as a cat. A Somali is a cat, okay? So this is a cat-based storyline. The story is based in South Africa because I'm half South African. And I thought it was important to write about kind of like a cultural experience of a Japanese girl growing up in South Africa, not Japan, but South Africa, and her experiences raising the Somali cat. So there's this book. There's this that deals with our fur baby bunny that passed away. So I thought it was important to write a book about her before our memory had disappeared. But Dior the cat is in here as well. Okay. So that is a good read for younger people. And then for people who are stuck and trapped in the job concern, people are job loss, they're freaking out, things go on. I was also unemployed. Hey, somebody fired me for no reason because I was prepared for the 2021 epidemic that happened. Okay, I'm not going to get into it. I made a mask. People freaked out. They thought, oh my God, she's crazy. They fired me for wearing the mask that I made, but it saved my life. So I know that I did the right thing. And so because of that, when I applied for unemployment, because I knew I was right and I didn't yell at people at the office, because usually when you get fired, you get like very aggravated and stressed out and panicked, and then you start yelling at people. Do not yell at people. Focus on what you could possibly potentially get when you do lose your job, the unemployment. So this is the emergency before you lose your job file document, okay? And this is based off of my experience working in government. So if you really want to learn how to bypass things like a lawyer that costs like maybe $10,000, all you're doing is you're purchasing a $25 document that will direct you through that process before a lawyer happens to be like a thing you need to think about, right? So that's what this is, okay, if you're interested. So these files are important, and I built my own website. So websites, I built my own company, I have my own LLC. I'm coming from not just an artistic background, but I am coming from an educational and business-minded structural business, okay? I might look young. I know, like, I remember YouTube sent me a message a while ago, and YouTube basically said, hey, Like, are you underage? I'm like, I'm not. I'm like 47. They're like, you need to prove your ID. So I had to prove my ID to YouTube because they couldn't believe my age. Okay, I am 46 years old. I was born in 1979. I'm not 16. I'm not 25. I'm not 15. Okay, so I need you to guys. So if anybody's new and has come into my space and think that it's just a creative environment, colors are great, but that's not the focal point of what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's the important takeaway. Once again, I have books that I've written. If you want to read a book, these are digital. This is on Amazon, but my digital downloads are actually on my link right here. You can actually see where you can find them. You can go straight down below onto the bottom section of my live, and you can click and you can purchase. Okay, so that's how this works. Okay, so I'm not just here to benefit off of viral moments. I've done that before. It wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't something I was focused on. I'm more focused on the intellectual side of social media, I guess, right? Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm gonna just do my little origami pieces for Poshmark because I have been behind with the Poshmark stuff. So I'm gonna do this now. So you're gonna watch me do my little cranes. These are cranes. I'm busy making these for my Poshmark. If you're looking for a job desperately, the quickest and easiest way is for you, if you are freaking out and having a panic attack, I highly recommend Poshmark. If you're freaking out because you don't have money right now, Poshmark would be my first and foremost backup plan. I lost my job. 2 days later, I was selling on Poshmark. So I think it's all about following instructions and guidance from people who know what they've done and experiences that they've gone through. So coming from somebody who had lost the job and needed something, I recommend Poshmark if you're in the United States. Okay, if you're in another country, I'm sure you have other e-commerce platforms. I did try the Etsy. I did not like Etsy. Etsy still charges me on stuff that I'm still not like. I'm still trying to figure out what they're doing, because I haven't been uploading anything on their site or their platform for years. I think the last time I even tried doing anything on Etsy was maybe 2013, and that was the end of that. So if I do recommend a platform, you're saving money on Poshmark, I recommend doing Poshmark. They take 20%, and maybe if you want to get something like Posher VA to help you with the regular shares. I have now Posher VA. It's actually helping me a lot. I would recommend that. Okay, so I don't recommend just leaving it up to the universe, because as I said before, that viral video that you think you're going to hit, it's not going to pay you anything. It's going to pay you maybe $25. That's nothing. Like, you got to think properly. You got to think business mind. Like, what can you do? I mean, what I'm using YouTube as is not a platform where I automatically assume that virality is going to be a thing, because I've already been there. I've tried it before. Wasn't anything I planned. I happened to go viral on Flip, which is no longer around. Things were going on there too. That was a whole different story. So they closed down. The Flip was closed down. Something happened. I think the people who owned it who ducked. I don't know what exactly happened, but that was like a big problem. Things were going down there. So I'm glad that I'm not on it. I was promoting their products just like I used to promote products on TikTok, and I was like, I'm done. I am done with those platforms. So I'm not focused on that one gimmick viral moment. I'm focused on a business. Okay. My channel is business structured. It's not for, oh, let's go like famous and do like an entertaining dance. I don't do TikTok. I tried it. I have a few followers. That's it. I actually had 2 accounts. People got jealous. I thought, no, I'm done. I don't like the jealousy. It really bothers me a lot, because I'm not that type of person to really It shouldn't phase. It's like people get weird about success. I've seen it. I've seen it all the time. It's just not, like, I'd rather focus on my own business. That's exactly what I'm doing. So this channel is based off of my experiences, what I'm capable of offering to people who need the help, what I can offer to people who are trying to get a little bit of a read in if you want to download something. The next thing I'm going to do is create a cartoon, like a comic, from some of the images that I've constructed. I'm still in the process of thinking about how the storyline's going to go, but that will be the next thing. So as an artist who got her degrees in the arts, I don't just leave the arts to just one thing, okay? I was teaching animation classes years ago. When I first tried exploring anime, I was in Japan. As a kid, back in kindergarten, kids in kindergarten would be sitting and drawing anime. Can you believe it? They were really good too. Really good. I was sort of impressed. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a thing. So cool. So this channel is not just entertainment. And if you are a young person, I hope you're listening to this, because it's really important to understand that social media is one thing, but to use it for the right purposes and the right things is the real, that's the real key. That you want to use it for the right reasons. You want to make sure that you're growing as an individual. You're not just focused on success because it goes viral. Oh my God, we have to go viral. I hate it. I can't stand it. I'm too old to deal with the virality. It's just not my thing. It's great if it happens naturally and it's for the right reasons, but it's not cool if it's not done properly. And it's not cool if people, like this cat thing, people are so obsessed with cats on TikTok. I don't understand. Not TikTok. Well, anywhere. On YouTube, I'm just seeing, like, every time I post a video, it's always about Dior. He's gorgeous. No, make no mistake. But the channel has to go past just cat videos. This is the whole point of my channel, is I'm trying to re-educate people into learning. This is an educational channel. This is a business structured, and if you go into my channel, you'll see the formats that I have classes. I actually have formal classes in the channel, whether it's fashion, I got a fashion set, fashion educational stuff, okay? Then I have a business side. Then I have a music side. So if you want to learn how to do this kind of stuff, besides AI, I don't do AI music, okay? That's what I do. So I'm not here to entertain youngsters. I'm sorry to say. I'm here to, if you want to learn to grow as an individual. Okay, I'm 46 years, I'm a Gen X. I'm most likely, if you are a young person, I'm like your parents' age, okay? So, as all parents would do, we are always concerned about the youth. But we also want to make sure that the youth are learning something. So my channel is about teaching and learning and guiding and mentoring, not just younger people, but people who actually need direction in business. So, like I said, if you're desperately looking for making money right now and you're over the age of 18, you can definitely use Poshmark. Poshmark is a good outlet. Depop's, I mean, I have not I've maybe sold one or two things on Depop. Poshmark has been my focal point. I know a lot of people do eBay, but I think eBay has a lot of like new things that are coming out. So the quickest way to generate it, and you need to work on your, building up people there too. Poshmark is not just fun and games and you post a product. You need to follow through with consistency on Poshmark. You need to push liking and sharing other people's things, and it's an interactive platform. It does well with I use Posture VA, so that helps me a little bit, but before I had Posture VA, I was manually doing Poshmark like consistently. Like I was on it every single day. So while everybody else was on TikTok trying to make the money, I was already making money on Poshmark while TikTok came out. So I was happy where I was. I was not stressing out about generating money with TikTok, even though I have not a lot. Mind you, not a lot. But Poshmark was always my focal point because it's fashion, and If you're trying to declutter your environment and your space, the best thing to do is let go of the things you don't need. But they have to be of good quality. You don't want to let go of things that look really bad and then try to sell it, and then you get like a negative one for like quality, because they keep an eye on your products. If your stuff is not good, they're going to tell you. The clients will tell you if your stuff is not good. They'll leave like a message saying this was terrible. Like, we give you a 1 for, I don't know, for the quality that you gave us. So you really need to think about strategy. It's a business. It's business. Everything is business, right? I'm not here as somebody trying to be like, yeah, these are like, this is what I use to pack. When I pack my Poshmark, this is the kind of stuff I pack. Also, I don't need to have like a fashion. I don't need to wear a uniform necessarily. If I'm on Poshmark, I can just like do my Poshmark and wear my tracksuit pants, and then it's cool. If I feel like I'm not going to be doing like a ton of things, right? So that's my little thingy. Is I just want people to be aware that this channel is not just for cats. If I am going to do cat-related content, it will definitely be more educational purposed things like writing books and doing illustrations and drawing and sketching, and Dior is definitely the cutest little thing on earth, but he is one element, okay? It's called being responsible, okay? Responsibility matters when you get like older, right? I think that's the difference here. Is as you get older, you have things like paying bills, and I'm past college and high school, junior high, done it already. Don't know if I want to go back there. I think I'm good. I think I've had that experience, so we're good, right? So I'm a Gen Xer. Okay, if anybody's questioning it, I'm Gen X. I'm the person that's will put it down and tell you exactly what happens, because that's what we we focus on structure. We focus on making our way through life without. We never got it. I mean, I don't think a lot of people, our Gen X generation, didn't really get a ton of help. We had to create our own lifestyle. We had to build up our skills. And I think a great many of us are actually, as they would say, polymath. But for me, I don't call it I just see it as skills, like having dimensional, many different skills, because in order to survive in a world, and this is before technology, we needed to create we needed to either build or create things to keep ourselves going, because there just weren't things that could do that at some point. This is not good. Let's see how this ends up. I don't know if this is going to end up too well. That's not a good one. Pass. These smaller ones are not going to work. Okay. Established. Done. Established that we're going to do this. Okay? And this music thing, everybody tries to be famous on Spotify. I can tell you something right now. That money is not a lot. You have to have other skills. If you're going to be like doing a musical thing, you gotta have like, the people who make the money in music are the ones that also teach. I don't know if people know that, but if you teach music, you're gonna make money, okay? If you're just doing music because for music's sake and you're selling beats or whatever, you're not gonna make that much money. Really, trust me on this. I know this game better than most. At 46, I hope I know what I'm talking about. Let's put it that way. What I do use my music for right now is for my channel, so I stay copyright free, right? So that's the one positive thing you can do with your music, is you can actually you can produce your tracks and make sure that you stay copyright free, and then know that you're safe, relatively safe on the platform. Same thing applies for, but it has to be unique. It can't be like rap. I'm like, everybody does rap. If it sounds like another rapper's like track, they're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna flag this because it sounds too familiar. It sounds too similar too similar to this other person's track. So authenticity once again wins over everything else. Okay. And I think that's the important part to take away here, is that it's not just producing cool music. What are you gonna do with that track? Are you gonna like, are you gonna do a music video? Do you think the people who are doing the music video are not gonna charge you for that? Like, they're gonna totally charge you for that. Totally. No question about it. They're gonna charge you. So you want to make sure that you have all those skills that you could possibly like make this happen independently. Okay, so I work for myself. I don't work for, I mean, I technically do stuff on Poshmark, but I don't work for like other people. It's like my business within Poshmark, right? So that's how I make my money right now. Then I have a private student. He's on like vacation, so that's cool. Everybody has to go on their holiday trips, right? That's important. But that's a thing. Okay. So just, if you're younger and you're on vacation and you stumble on this channel, it's not just entertainment. I can teach people and guide people through the arts. Okay, that's what I do. I have qualifications as an educator. An art and music educator. Okay. Business is another level completely. I think that's a little bit more structured for maybe out of college, once you're out of college, or during college years. That's like college kind of talk, right? That's college discussion. So for younger people, I have these kind of things. For older, mid-college, in-job kind of reflective moments, I have this that will help you if you go through an emergency situation for finances. Once again, I am not a lawyer, but I did work in the embassy, so I understand how government works. Past tense. It hasn't necessarily changed as much as you think. And I know what it feels like to work behind the desk helping people. Okay, so that's where I come in. I kind of understand the side of the business structure from that angle. Okay, so entertainment is cool, but I mean, it's the stuff that I talk about is the stuff people do not want to hear, like the reality of the real life reality. Like, what happens? What's next, right? So I just want to be clear, when people are following me on those shorts, and it's a cat video, I don't just have shorts, I have long form videos. I expect people to sit there and watch these videos to learn something. Okay, it's not just for entertainment value, okay? YouTube back in the day was actually, I mean, okay, partly entertainment, but there's academic stuff on here too. So I lean more towards the academic side. Okay, if that makes any sense. And that's like a thing, right? Well, I'm getting stuff done for Poshmark, so that's a good thing. I could be technically going live there, but I don't know. I don't like doing the lives on Poshmark as much because I don't have huge space to move things around. When you do Poshmark, a lot of people expect you, or Poshmark wants you to go live and sell products. I haven't necessarily made more money going live. I've done okay just selling a few items a week. This week wasn't that great, but a few items a week on Poshmark, right? Than to just go live, because I don't need that. Like, I don't find that fun, right? I'd rather be sitting and doing music on YouTube or working on a project, because that's what I use YouTube for. I use YouTube to create ideas and develop concepts and go live to build up my credentials on this platform. Okay, so that's what I do here. So I'm taking a break from doing the music. Once again, this is for the purpose of people who have lost their jobs or in the process of debating on what to do about the job situation, right? So this document, this is called Career First Aid. Career First Aid. Okay, this is what Career First Aid. There are 3 pages. It doesn't take long to read. But this is something like a first aid kit. You'd probably want to have this in your little portfolio. I saved myself. I didn't ask anybody for help when I got the unemployment. I won it the first time around. And because I won the unemployment the first time around, I think I know or have a grasp on what it is they're looking for. So this will help people if they're losing, like if they're at a job loss or they're confused. And if you're needing to make money right now, like on the spots, I would highly recommend Poshmark. Like don't panic about it. I think focus on finding, like if you have, like you can sell things from home on Poshmark. If it stands good quality, if it looks like it's been through a train track, I wouldn't recommend selling on Poshmark. Like it has to have a good condition look to it to sell. I mean, I would not throw something in a box and send it over to a client if it does not look good. Oh, and another great thing about Poshmark is Poshmark actually has, you can order, if you've done it for long enough, you can order free shipping supplies. Like for instance, like boxes. They give you free boxes that you can ship, that they will ship directly to you off their platform. So you just need to order it on Poshmark, and so that saves finding packaging, and that could cost money. That really could cost money. So I think Poshmark did a good thing and helped people out through that process. Okay. So I think it's all about being smart when you don't have money. Like when money is at a loss, you find a solution. And I think my solution worked pretty well with Poshmark. It saved me from complete destruction. So that I have to say that was like a thing. Then I broke my leg. That was fun. I broke my leg, then I couldn't get a normal job because now I was in recovery for like 3 years, right? And I'm still walking around with a piece of like a replaced bone section. So it's not fun. Not fun. So that's important. So if anybody wants like information on Poshmark, just feel free to reach out if you're looking, for instance, like how to make money like right now and you're over the age of 18. I don't know why that's the case. I was already working at 15 back in the day, but now it's like, well, platforms, right? That's like a responsible thing the platforms are doing. I actually had my first job at 15, so yeah, that's like a different thing. But I think people need to be aware that this channel is an educational channel. I am a teacher, therefore I'm going to be teaching on this channel. I'm not just doing fun little cat videos. Not just cat videos. Okay. So as a teacher, I feel responsibility to make sure that people know that this channel is not, it's not your normal YouTube channel, let's have fun channel. Okay, this is like, she's gonna be teaching us stuff channel. Okay. I'm a cool teacher, but at the same time, I'm not a young person. So I've already gone through many years of education and jobs that I know better not to take viral moments very seriously. And everybody's like freaking out. Social media is like having a moment because all these images and videos you see of people looking fantastic and amazing, they probably have spent a fortune on those videos just to make themselves look a certain way. So you wanna be realistic about being on social media. You don't want to take it as, oh my god, I have to look this way because to get the viral videos you need to look a certain way. You have to look at it a different perspective. I think not enough people talk about that. So my channel is the realist side of society, realizing that that is not going to save people through emergency situations. I have the answers. And then you build a website. If you have the time and you got a portfolio, then you start building your own websites. Because that website, like I'm doing right now, like that website will be like the key to opening up your own personal doors. You don't have to depend on social media platforms to be the goal, the end goal, right? Google also deals with, YouTube is owned by Google, so therefore Google will already have like these videos that will be pushed out in Google. Google is like the biggest it's the internet. What can I say? Internet is internet, right? So that's, yeah. I just think it needs to be more educational. Just my personal opinion. And if you want to, I'm not here to have fun. Fun is cool, but I'm also doing a business. So this is a business developmental channel. If you want to use art to create business, I got plenty of discussions talking about how to create art and making your art a business. Okay, you can make your art a business. That's also a possibility. I still think Poshmark, if you're looking for instant money, I think Poshmark is a good example of something you can just do right away and start earning, like on the spot while you're trying to get everything else done. But don't stop just at Poshmark. Keep building your platforms. Build, not TikTok. I'm talking like a website, like build a website. Have a product that you can sell. Make the website based off the product. Market it. Use YouTube as a marketing strategy. Don't use it as like the be end and end all to virality, because viral only goes, look at all these people that are struggling on social media now. What are they going to do if they can't go viral because the platforms have stopped pushing them out? Come on, let's be serious. Really. So please remember, if you're going to join me and you are following me through those cat videos, my channel is not a cat video platform. I mean, I have lots of things. I can show people how to draw cats. Okay, I can show people how to write a storyboard. I can show people how to write a book. I actually have a whole bunch of those. But it's not only for the purpose of, oh, look at that little cat. That cat is so cute. He is cute. Dior is very cute, but it's not just, don't stop here. Don't stop. The key is don't stop learning, okay? Don't ever stop learning. Keep going. Because that in the end will be your lifesaver, not social media. Okay, that's the truth. Platforms change all the time. Okay. I've seen enough on all the platforms to know what's going on. I personally think it's ridiculous. So I'm a realist. So that's what it is. At 46, I think I'm allowed to put myself in that category and say I am indeed a realist. Okay. I'm a business person. I own my own LLC. I built up my own sites, my own platforms independently. Okay. Wrote the books. I'm gonna now do like a little anime cartoon thing. I don't know the storyline, but I will come up with something and build it up from there. Okay, so this is my site. So I don't, like, I pay once a year on WordPress. I built my own WordPress. Once a year on WordPress, and that's it. If I'm generating money, if you do the same thing, you could probably, I mean, it just takes time to build it up. I just think it's important for people to realize that You have options. You don't have to just wait for the viral moment to make money. I made $300 in one, like, for one product on Poshmark the same day I went viral on Flip. And Poshmark still made more money. So you just have to weigh the options and realize that that viral moment is not going to bring you a ton of anything. You would have to be consistently doing it. I don't emphasize or promote virality. I promote I promote being responsible and learning skills that will grow your life in the future. I'm not I'm a teacher. I mean, that's what I do. I'm a teacher. So I'm not going to emphasize, oh, you have to go viral to make money. No, you can make money elsewhere. You could use this as a platform, but I wouldn't recommend using it as the be and end all to how you generate. Yeah, the sound on this one is better because I have it's a whole different story. But yeah, I have two different like formats. One is landscape and the one is vertical. Okay, so that is important. So if you're coming across my channel because you saw the cute little cats, that's great, but I just want to make it very clear that this is a channel where I expect people to be learning, okay? And I didn't just grow up in the States. And I know a lot of people that are watching the channel are from the States. So I think it's important to acknowledge that there is a whole big world out there that respects education and formalities and responsibility that maybe don't necessarily reflect what America necessarily focuses on social media. It's different. It's different, and I understand that, and that's how I see it. So I'm having a conversation because I think it's important to be conscious and aware that I'm not just focused on that moment. Okay, I'm doing this because this is my responsibility as somebody who's dedicated and committed to her craft. I'm committed to my craft. I'm committed to quality, not just quality with visuals, okay? Quality also comes with the content that you're constructing. Like, what is it you're trying to, like, work on? What is the vision? Don't just look at the visuals. I think people mistaken. And as an art teacher, going from an art teacher's perspective, I think people mistake quality just for the visual aesthetics. Quality also reflects on what you're doing on the channel. What you're doing on the channel. Okay. If you have something to offer the general public that they need, like for instance, good education, then do the education. Okay. That's all I say. If you have fashion, then, learn some fashion and prove to people that you can do it. I don't know. I mean, find something to do. Don't just browse YouTube and think that YouTube is your answer just to browse. Use it for the value of learning something. Okay? People get stuck on this whole viral thing and they forget that YouTube was originally used, it still is, used in colleges and stuff for educational purposes. I'm not here to just go viral. I make more money doing other things than going viral. If I really, that's just how I've made more money than just going viral in my life. Like, seriously. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's how it goes. That's life. Jobs offer you somewhat of a stability, more so than waiting for the next virality to reach your views, and then, oh my, I only got $20. Yes, $20 is nothing. Or maybe $30. That's also nothing. That doesn't buy you much. So, I don't know, but I think people need to really think about this. And I'm just trying to be a good citizen and help people through this confusion of social media, because I've seen it. And I already know this is a complete disaster if you're going through just focusing on the virality. It will destroy your life. You gotta be really realistic here. Really. Like, how do you save money? For me, that's the biggest thing. How do you save money? First of all, by not hiring a lawyer, you save money. Okay, the lawyers take a lot of money if you're going to do like paperwork and documents. That's one way to save money is that if you read instructions and you keep your files. I keep everything. I kept everything because I did my master's, and I know when I did my master's, when I did my research, in order for you to get like anything done, your research becomes stacked. You stack your research, and that documentation then becomes the final product of that paperwork. But still have your copies and your pieces. They want to see everything. They want to see the proof. Same thing applies for governments. If you're going to do the unemployment or even disability, you want to make sure that you have all your files. Can you prove to them that you know exactly what you're saying, and do you have proof of why you're applying? Government wants proof. They want those documents, and if you're bad at like reading papers or taking instructions or reading directions, you're going to have a hard time getting government to help you doing anything. That's all I can say. I worked in the visa department, and I have seen what people have sent. I have looked at some of those documents, and I thought, this is not going to pass, guys. We need to work harder on getting the facts straight first. Okay, that's what government wants. They want the facts. They want to see proof. You want to have evidence. So hold on to everything. So instead of just focusing on, oh, I want to make money. Okay, that's great. But make money also by saving and filing your documents. That's also money. Your documents become valuable assets to your life. Never ever throw things that are of valuable assets away. That is one lesson that I have learned. And thank goodness the masters taught me that, because I probably would not have known unless I had done that to understand the true meaning of keeping files. Keep your files. Keep your files. And in the end, that will save you from lawyer headaches. That will save you from having to prove to people that you can be trusted on stuff. I promise you, those files are just as valuable. Those paperworks that you've done, the W-2 forms, your I have a 1099 now because Poshmark sends a 1099. Your 1099s have everything, all your corners covered. Keep your documents together. That is what they want. They want to see those files. They want to see the proof. If you're filing taxes, keep your tax forms together. Okay, that is a big thing. So I don't want to get too much into it, but I think this document is the guide to a general outline of what I just spoke about, okay? That will help you in the future. Filing your documents, keeping your documents, make sure you track everything. If you have pictures, keep your pictures. Keep it together. Keep everything in a file, a folder, a plastic bag for all, just keep it. It will, in the end, you will save yourself such a headache by just keeping those documents. This is for those who've already gone through college. Okay, and also keep your college documents too. That's also a good idea. But start at a young age. I do recommend using it as a springboard to learning the basic skills that can eventually help you through the long haul, because life is a process. Life is also about reading and watching and learning and taking instructions and listening to people. And if a boss says they're yelling at you for no, don't yell back. You will lose your chance of getting unemployment. Do not yell at your bosses. Stay clear of that. That will give you the biggest headache on earth. You do not want that. This is called ethics. Job work ethics. There are things you do and there are things you just don't do. You want to win your cases, you stay calm. That's what you do. You stay calm. If you want money right now, I recommend Poshmark. Poshmark is the way to go. It's an instant, sure, if you want to do Depop, if you want to do e-commerce, I just found that Poshmark was the quickest. In case of emergency, Poshmark was definitely the quickest way in my opinion, and it worked for me instantly. Instantly. It was like I was able to. But then again, I was selling nice stuff. I like clothing, so I was always collecting fashion and making things. So I knew, and as somebody who worked with designers before, I knew what um, products are, and keeping quality pieces together. You don't want to give them, you don't want to give clients junk. You want to give people good stuff. So if you have clothing that you're not using and it looks decent, or a pair of shoes that looks like you've never worn it, that's the kind of stuff you want to sell on Poshmark. That's how you make money. Don't like those are the kind of things you can let go of and earn money. Okay. So the hoarding thing needs to not be like hoard your files, if you want to put it that way. Like keep all your files, but don't like if you have a big house and you have lots of stuff and it's too much, find the things that are sellable and sell them. That's how you make money fast. Okay, you get rid of the stuff you don't need, but make sure it's quality. So it's quality control in your space, right? That's like important. Keeping everything together. Just like I'm doing today, I've been missing out on making my cranes, so I am making my cranes for my products on Poshmark, because these are the kind of things I like to give out as thank you gifts, right? To my clients. Besides quality packaging, you want to package well. Make sure if you're doing Poshmark, you're packaging it nicely and it looks pretty and it's presentable and there are no creases, and it just like everything is perfect about this product that you're sending over. Because clients do complain. If your quality doesn't look, they will complain. They'll say, listen, hey, this does not look like what you said it was in the picture. We're going to give you a 1. You don't want to get those 1s. You want to get 5 stars every time. I'm a 5-star seller on Poshmark. And I'm proud of it because I know I work hard to make sure that I keep it professional. Everything is a professional test. You want to keep everybody professionally aware of your capabilities. So give them the right outcome the first time so you can continue generating money. Don't give them a reason to just drop you because you're just not giving good quality stuff. Just my personal opinion. Same thing for government. If you're going to hand in a project, not a project, but a file or a document, and you're trying to apply for something, don't give in like dog-eared things. Give those documents, like, make it look good. Like, make them, don't make, like, lots of ink marks when you're marking. Don't make it look like a scribble test. It has to look professional. Everything must look professional. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Okay, that's what not just professional but business-minded people start thinking about, is they start thinking about making sure that their products are up to standard and their packaging is good. If you have to shift, that's what you got to do. You got to make sure that if you're going to have to start selling stuff, you got to think about these other things as well. Quality is not just, I mean, products, like when you're selling products, that is quality, right? That's like, the imagery actually does matter because that's marketing. You're marketing, but when you're doing things like social media is not just about quality appearance. Quality and content construction is also just as important. So I don't think enough people talk about that. Yes, my channel is not just a fun channel because I have cool colors. Teaching arts, you have to understand how colors work, right? That's like a big thing. And the mochichi that I'm wearing right now, I grew up with these in the 80s in Japan. I think they were around in the 70s, but these were like around, like people are just discovering them now. No, they've been around for a long time. Those toys are like, it's not because it's eclectic, cool stuff to have. There are certain things that I grew up with that people are just discovering now, which is so like, whoa, okay, this has been out for a long time. You guys are only just learning this now? Wow. That's pretty crazy. Professionalism matters in all things you do. Not just about saving the money. You can save money, but if everything else around you is a disaster, everything else will collapse. You want to make sure that everything is like formatted accordingly. It all matters in the end. It does. It really does. So my cranes, this is what I'm busy working on today. This is what I do when I need. These are thank you gifts. I usually make them in gold, but I like the neon and black. Those are like my colors, right? Neon and black. That's like totally my color. So that's what I do here. And if you're learning like English, these are great books for beginner learners. So if you're wanting to learn how to read, like for young people, this might be a good, because the images are big. It's like big images, right? And then the other one's a little bit more advanced. Yeah. So my channel is supposed to be for educational purposes. Okay. So if you're wanting stuff to learn, I have plenty of things to learn, to teach on. Yeah. I just find that people are losing their sense of focus. So my channel is supposed to be that bringing everybody back to focus moments. That's important. Your life requires focus and you know, I've lived too long to know what could go wrong and the kind of things you need to protect yourself from. So you want to make sure that you're doing the right things from day one, right? It all matters. Yeah. Let's see, what time is it? So the last time I went live, the vertical live did not save, which was hysterical. I was like, oh my god. So that's what it goes. That's what happens. Sometimes things just don't always work, I guess. Backup is good. So I have a backup just in case it happens again. Always have the backup. You always want to keep everything backed up. Okay, I think... Should I make all of them? I don't know if I should. Maybe I should just get it done. So these are little, these are cranes. Tsurus in Japan, you call them. I think they're tsuru. Tsuru or bird? Crane? Tsuru. I think it's tsuru. And yeah, I put these in the packages when I have orders. This week has been a little bit slow on the Poshmark orders. But that's okay, I mean, we're on holiday and stuff, right? So I was allowed to take a little bit of a break. I think that was okay. I need a moment to kind of like a breather, right? Even though I work from home, I think it's important to just kind of like take that moment to break. Give yourself that moment to kind of refocus, reorganize, restructure. I found that I was using another mic. Where is it? It's somewhere. But that other mic was not great. I mean, I don't even think this is very good, but that's okay. I mean, this one is. I think this one is okay. I mean, I would have to get close up, as you can hear, for me to actually, like, make a difference in sound. Right? Oh, that's as high as it goes, I think. Yeah. I think I've done enough today. So that was my little chit chat. I just want people to be aware that this channel is really some entertainment. I will be doing a little comic thingy for my personal site, which is called Nomadics. Okay, but like I do projects. I mean, the whole point is for me to be productive on this live. I don't just act stupid for social media. It's just not what I do. I'm sorry. If that's what you're looking for, you got the wrong channel. Because I don't do that. That's for young people to evaluate. It's not my thing. Okay, folks, thank you again.